Welcome to the Autism Alliance of Michigan Skill Building Series. The Autism Alliance of Michigan is guided by the vision that people with autism will lead lives that meet their greatest potential. The mission of the Autism Alliance of Michigan is to lead efforts to raise expectations and expand opportunities for people touched by autism across the lifespan. Hello, my name is Megan Koss, and I'm an occupational therapy consultant for the Autism Alliance of Michigan. Welcome to our webinar today on play, leisure, and social participation and autism. Feel free to reference the corresponding handout and follow along during today's presentation. Let's begin by defining play. We play both as children and as adults. The way we play looks different throughout the lifespan. Today, we are going to focus on the play of the child. Play is a vital component of a child's learning. Through play, children learn cognitive skills, physical motor skills, expand their vocabulary, and build their social skills and learn social norms. Let's define leisure. Leisure activities look different for all of us because they are activities that we each choose to do and enjoy. Leisure activities are known to reduce stress, improve enjoyment and satisfaction, encourages identity development, encourages social bonding through friendships with those who share the same interests, improves our self-esteem, and encourages autonomy and individuality. Lastly, let's talk about social participation. Social participation is a great way to feel included in a community, provide a sense of meaning and belonging, and provides emotional support through the relationships we form. Play, leisure, and being social can look different in children with autism. However, they still yearn for the inclusivity and fun that these activities provide, the same way that we do. Children with autism often play differently than other children their age. They may prefer to play in isolation and have limited interest or perseverate on tasks that their peers do not find as interesting. Additionally, it might be difficult for you as an adult to engage and play with your child with autism, or for their siblings to engage with their autistic sibling. Studies have shown that only a small amount of children with autism meet the physical activity guidelines set out by pediatricians. This, if nothing else, is motivation enough to explore play, leisure, and social avenues for your child with autism. Let's talk about playing with your child with autism. Playing with your child with autism is important for many reasons. First, it creates an avenue to bond and connect with your child. It allows you to build trust with your child. It allows you to help teach them emotions, social norms, and reciprocal play skills. It also shows them that you value their interest and you can have fun together. Next, we will go over some easy techniques that will help you better play with your child with autism. First, let's identify their interests. It's important to identify what they like to do. Next, engage them. Use their interests to engage with them and make their play task a shared activity with you. Third, pair their interest with another task to expand their play interests. Let's look at an example. Let's identify their interest. It's cars. Next, let's engage them with cars together. So you can play with cars alongside them, crash your car into theirs to get their attention, take their car and do something fun with it, drive it down a ramp, fly it in the air, anything to engage them. Next, you can wait for them to watch you do it to get their attention. Exchange smiles and laughs. Lastly, take the car outside and drive it in water, drive it up and down their non-preferred toys, crash it into other toys, or use their body as a ramp. Anything to pair their current interest with a new one. Let's look at another example. Does your child like lining up blocks? Well, we've already identified that. Next, engage them. Line up every other block with them. Hand them their blocks one by one, waiting for them to look at you to request the next block. Put a block on your head or behind your back and make them work for it. Exchange smiles and laughs and really connect with them. Last, pair this interest with something new. So begin to deviate from their task of lining up to building a tower, crash a car into the tower, have an action figure toy stand on top of the block structure and knock it down. So what is the goal of play? Think back to why we said playing with your child with autism is important. It encourages bonding, building trust, fosters an opportunity to teach emotions, social norms, sharing skills, and provides a sense of inclusiveness to your child. Remember, the goal of play with your child is to have fun with them and build a connection. Next, let's talk about building leisure interests in your child with autism. Leisure interests in children with autism are typically limited due to limited interests and a lack of motivation to explore or try new activities. However, leisure is still important. It reduces stress, it produces feelings of enjoyment and satisfaction, it encourages identity development, it encourages friendships with those who have shared interests, it improves self-esteem, it encourages autonomy and individuality. Next, we will go over some ways you can help your child participate in new leisure activities and participate alongside them. There are 4 steps to help build leisure activities in your child. First, expand on their current interests or preferences into other tasks. Next, incorporate a preferred interest into different activities. Third, expand the features of a preferred activity in other activities. And last, pair their preferred activity with another one. Here's an example. If your child likes trains, you can play a game that involves train ponds, you can set up a train track, or you could go for a train ride. So let's talk about that a little bit more. First off, we're going to try to expand their interest in train videos to train puzzles, train shows, documentaries, or movies. You can help them collect model trains, read books about trains, or build train tracks. Next, you can try to incorporate their love for train videos into different activities. You can play a game that involves train ponds, you can set up a train track, or go for a train ride. Third, try to identify features of a train in other activities. You can identify trains or train tracks when going for a drive. You can talk about the similarities between a train conductor and a bus driver or pilot. You can identify other things that ride on tracks, like a carnival ride. Lastly, try to pair trains with other activities. For example, you can push a toy train along the sidewalk while you're out for a walk. You can attend a craft class and make a train sculpture, painting, or color a train picture. Or you can attend a story reading at the library and suggest a book about trains. Lastly, let's talk about social participation. Engaging your child with autism in social situations can be a daunting task. It is thought that children with autism have limited social activities available to them. However, there are many clubs and organizations that provide opportunities for children with autism, their siblings, and families to be social together. Some ways you can do this is by using the Autism Alliance of Michigan Neighborhood Directory. The Neighborhood Directory lists autism-friendly businesses like entertainment venues, services, retail shops, restaurants, and recreation and leisure activities tailored to individuals and families with autism. You can find this guide on the website. Or you can also subscribe to the My Navigator newsletter. This newsletter comes out monthly and goes over some fun social activity ideas that are happening near you. For additional information, questions, and resources, please contact the Autism Alliance of Michigan. The Autism Alliance of Michigan is prepared at no cost to counsel, advocate, and connect families to evidence-based care and support, however long it takes. Our navigation program will connect anyone touched by autism to a free, lifelong guide with professional help and answers. Thank you for attending our webinar.